I'm about to go into the new jump shot method on NBA 2K20, and it's coming right now. What's good? It's your boy Dubs CP. Welcome to another NBA 2K video. If this is your first time with the boy Dubs CP and you want to know more about NBA 2K and you want to know more about Madden and you want to know more about video games in general, then start right now by caressing that subscribe button and hitting that post notification bell. Turn everything on so you don't miss a thing. Let's jump right into what this video is all about. And that is your boy Mike Wang is dropping fire on Twitter when it comes to jump shots. Matter of fact, let's put on the spectacles so we can see what Mike Wang has for us today. Mike Wang is talking about jump shots and the jump shot meter. What he has said has set Twitter on fire. And I, for one, am getting burned because I'm all about the tweets. I'm working on making the shot meter off option into a pro gamer setting. High risk reward if you can hit the excellent window, huge shot percentage boost, but if you're a couple of frames off, you'll most likely miss. Now, let me get the record straight. The shot meter being able to be turned on or off has always been in NBA 2K20. The difference is there's actually going to be a boost if you can hit that green window without having the shot meter on this year versus last year. Last year you turn it off and you just get in tune with the jump shot that you were using, which for one, pro players will say, if you can green a jump shot without that shot meter, you're already better than most people on NBA 2K. Because the average NBA 2K player uses that shot meter as a visual cue so they know when to release the ball. Versus taking the shot meter off where you have to know the flick of the wrist, where those feet come together, that elbow on the release, so that way you know when to release the basketball for a green shot. I, for one, think you're better skilled without having the shot meter on when you green a shot versus when you actually green a shot from the shot meter. I think it's a W for the community. I will definitely be going in and taking my shot meter off once I fine-tune that green release from the shot meter and I know when to release the basketball so that I have my visual cue from my player versus the shot meter beside my hands or on my feet. I mean, that's more realistic if you really want to play a realistic basketball game. Nobody has a shot meter beside their head in the NBA. I'm just saying, if you want an NBA simulated basketball game, then, I mean, that's as real as you're gonna get it. I think that it's definitely going to set up skill versus non-skill players. When you have the shot meter off, the skill is gonna be tremendous for you having to time that thing perfectly every time against certain types of contested shots. Lightly covered, heavily covered, smothered. You're gonna have to time that thing perfectly in order for you to get that green release. That brings up a totally different point that Mike Wang dropped on us as well. Mike said this: on a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being no defense and 100 being completely smothered, at what point should green releases be locked out? Woo! This is big news, people. They're actually planning on locking out green releases this year for NBA 2K20. Now that poses a lot more questions than it answers, because here's the thing. It exists in the NBA that people can be smothered and still hit a basketball shot. I'm not saying green them every single time, but Steph Curry can green. I would definitely say Steph Curry, above all others, would be able to green a smothered shot. Now, I'm not saying always, but his percentages are gonna be a lot higher than some of the other players. So I'm thinking, if you're gonna lock out a green jump shot because of smothered defense, you have to dial that back a little bit, because it exists in the NBA that people can be wet when they're smothered. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. If you disagree, I understand. But what I'm saying is, I don't think you should ever say something can't happen. I don't think by saying, oh, if you're smothered, then you can't, there's no opportunity for you to green a shot. I think it should drastically decrease the chances of you greening, but it should never null and void a perfectly timed, perfectly sized up shot. Don't get me wrong, if the defense is great, if the mismatch is there, you should never be able to green that shot. But at the same time, if I'm 6'5" and I'm getting smothered by a 6'1" defender, I should be able to have the opportunity to get that shot up. Now, if you're saying that I can be defended to the point where I can't even get the shot up, that's a totally different story. But in this sense, I think it's too vague of a tweet for us to really wrap our minds around and give a solid number. But if I had to give a number, I would have to say lock it out at about 90%, because he also put these little statistics up about NBA 2K19. In 2K19, wide open was 0%, open was 20% or less, lightly contested was between 20 and 65, heavily contested between 65 and 90%, and smothered was greater than 90%. With that being said, if smothered is greater than 90% of the time, I think your contested should definitely matter, don't get me wrong. But I would never say that you're never gonna have the opportunity to green a shot just because you're smothered. I think there's so much more that goes into that tweet than meets the eye. I believe that you should always have the opportunity to green it, but it depends on the skill at which you take that shot and knowing when to take that shot. Again, the example that I gave, if I'm a 6'5" sharpshooter versus a 6'1" lockdown defender, and if he's smothering me on defense, I should still have the opportunity to at least try to get the green shot. I'm not saying it's gonna happen every single time, but the percentage should be small enough to where it at least exists that I could green a smothered defensive play. Mike Wang, he was all about shooting in this Twitter series that he just put out. He said, quick note about shot timing in NBA 2K20. Penalties for poor timing get stricter the further you are from the hoop. Yes, layup timing is in the game, but poor timing in close doesn't hurt you too bad. But bad timing on threes will lead to a lot of bricking. So that tells me a lot more about this green release. The green release is going to be a culmination of timing, and it looks like timing is gonna matter a lot more than openness in NBA 2K20. But it's all going to be dependent upon your situational openness and timing for greening a three-point shot, or further away from the basket you get, the less your chances are of timing that thing perfectly to hit that shot. Mike Wang said that everybody will now be able to see a green release. Even if you turn the shot meter off, everybody will be able to see that green release. So no more fake greens is the biggest positive that we get from that. But then he also said that everyone is gonna be able to see those greens. Now that poses a lot of other problems, because if I'm the opponent and I see your shot meter and I see that it's not fully green and I see that it's not full white bar, I'm going for the rebound immediately. But vice versa, if I see the green, I mean, it's nothing for me to do. I'm like, all right, chalk it up. And if I see that you are doing a trash jump shot, I'm hightailing it. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be hightailing and cherry picking real easy. So I don't know if everybody should be able to see your green or your shot meter, but I feel like everybody on your team should be able to see your shot meter and not the opponent, because then it just gives away an aspect of the mystery for the defense. That's an added defensive boost, if you ask me. And I really don't think that should happen. So yeah, let's really reconsider that, and hopefully they fine-tune that for day one release so that only your teammates see your green release or shot meter, not the opponent. Let's rework that. We can do better than that. NBA 2K20 will be one of the best in the franchises. Mike Wang, again, like I said, check out his Twitter. He's always dropping the heat. He's always got good stuff for the community, for us to see what's up and coming for NBA 2K20. And he does a great job of answering the community's questions about shooting, dribbling, cutoffs, and all that good stuff. And another person to make sure that you check out is Zach Timmerman, who dropped a super fire W today when he said they finally took out the overpowering, over-brutalizing, big-time bullying post-score takeover moves that moves people out of the paint. They've reworked it. It will not be in the demo, but it will be ready for day one. So again, people, follow these 2K developers on Twitter because they're giving us all the juice. And if you don't follow them, you already know I got you. You know I got the 2K20 news coming straight for you. I think they've reworked shooting really well this year, and I can't wait to get my hands on that demo. We are less than 15 days for that August 21st demo for NBA 2K20. I can't wait to try out everything. Overall, I think we're headed in the right direction. I think they're making the necessary changes for us to have a game that we can all be proud that we're playing. I think the community is gonna really like the product because they have been working tirelessly to get these changes out. I'm a 2K fanatic and I love 2K and I get it every year, even though I know it's always hype in the beginning and then by the time we get to the end, it's always like, what did I just play? But I, for one, am super excited about 2K20 again, especially with all the changes that are coming. I can't wait to try this shot meter off option because I want to know in and out the best jump shot, because you know I'm going to be bringing you the best jump shot videos. You know Base 49 will be the first one I try out, the KDG. I just appreciate that they're actually taking the community into consideration with all of these changes. We want a great game. If you haven't done so already, follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. I'm dropping all kinds of tidbits. And as always, I appreciate you watching. I seriously do this for y'all. If there's no you, there's no me. And that's why they call me Dubs CP. I hope you've enjoyed. Smash that like button. Let's get about 100 likes on this video. If you're brand new and you want more NBA 2K content, more Madden content, anything about games in general, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the noti bell for all the goodness. I'm out here to do one thing and one thing only. I'm out here and I'm trying to